Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Do I have news to tell you about this? This thing never breaks down unless I A, run out of gas, self-inflicted, B, do something stupid and like burning rubber for too long. Yeah. And then like some dumb stuff happens. So what happened to me today on my way here was that there tachometer. You see my red line? See that? Yeah, I went past it. A blower will do that. And so I was in the Home Depot parking lot having fun, goofing off, and I wanted to see, there's like utility trucks and trailers back there, and there's like a big parking lot. And I left the building, and I was going around the backside messing around, and I just decided, I was just cruising through parking lot speed, 10, 15 miles an hour, and I decided I'm gonna see what happens. And so I wham, and that thing went from $3,000 to like 8 like that. It was impressive. It's not like a NASCAR. I was kind of worried, but when it's free spinning, there's not a whole lot of load. But it died on me in the middle of the whack, and then it was like someone shut the key off, kind of sputtered and coughed, and so I sat there, cranking on it. And what had happened was, the rotor inside the distributor had centrifugal force is a powerful thing in physics. So as it's spinning around really fast, the shaft in the distributor spinning around, the rotor walked up the shaft because it was looser and whacked one of the posts sticking inside the cap, just whacked it and broke everything off the rotor. Lucky for me, down inside the distributor, down in that general area in the distributor base where the dual points are, I found all the pieces to fix the rotor, and I fixed it on the side of the road in the Home Depot parking lot with people going by me and kind of wondering what's going on. And I squished it all together and got it all together, and that was great. That worked fine. Got it running, but I realized a long time ago I used to put like a slight dab of silicone around the inside of the rotor when I would put it over there, so it would tighten it up and wouldn't have a chance to like cross. It would do friction, so it wouldn't slide up and do that. Plus, the dual point distributors, I don't believe, are meant to go that far spinning, which it did. It did it just fine. First gear is pretty much useless with 411s. I'm going to have to, at some point, put a smaller pulley to spin the blower faster and put bigger jets. Because under load, at full boost under load, I can hear a slight pingage. And I'm not into that. I'm not blowing this motor up. And so if I'm going to continue to be mean to it, which I won't ever be, yes, I will all the time. No. I'm going to go to jail or prison or something. Yeah, that car's going to give me tickets, a lot of trouble. It'll be a good time. I'm all for it. But I'm not all for going to jail. You know what I'm talking about. It's super fun. But man, that thing gets with it. If it hooks up. That's the big if. First gear is pretty much useless. Second gear, if I'm rolling fast enough, like first gear and I don't hit hard enough and I hit second gear, I can nail it and it's right there. If it had just that much more, like if I turned the boost up and added fuel to it and actually tuned it a little bit more, I think it'd blow it off in second too, but by that time I'm moving pretty good, so I kind of roll into it. I don't hit it really hard, and I could do like a clutch step and it would really get stupid, but one of these days, I'll put a camera in the back, and you guys can see for how fast that needle, when it spins, how fast that sucker hits the red limiter. No red limiter, how fast it hits it goes right past that needle. I don't know how far. I don't know if it's 8,000 or whatever, but I catch a glimpse of it go past, and I'm like, I need to back out. But it happens faster than I can pull my foot off. It's quick. And that's detuned. Yay for me. It's really fun. It's kind of fun. I'm going to be... And the gas mileage is suffering for some reason. I don't know why. But, yeah, today I'm doing this, playing around. 57 runs fine. I just have to fix the rotor. Everything's great. That M22 is kicking it. And it fixed my U-joints. Greased them, actually, this morning. At 4:30 in the morning, I jacked the car up. Quiet to the neighbors. Actually picked the floor jack up and set it down. And then did the jack, put a jack stand underneath it. Yes, I put a jack stand because my wife would get nervous, and she's not even in town, but I still did it. And I pulled the rear yoke off, pulled everything else off, pulled the caps, loosened the straps, all that stuff. Had to get a C-clamp to hold them together so I could grease it and just fill it full of grease. And I did the front one and filled the front one full of grease. And Weirdly enough, oddly enough, most of the vibration went away. I think that old drive shaft is, I don't know, it was sitting under that other 57 for 30 years out in the weather here, so it's got some scale rust. I'm sure it's not balanced anymore. I probably should call my buddy Toby out there at Southwest Speed and have him send me another drive shaft. Speaking of Southwest Speed drive shafts, do you guys want to look at the one underneath this Ford? Oh, please, there we go. Look at that pretty white Southwest Speed. Those are like 200 bucks. And they sent me the yoke. So with the yoke and shipping and everything, I think it was somewhere around, I don't know. It came in a cardboard box. I don't know, I didn't pay for it. The owner did. Ford Blue, as it should be. Tranny crossbeam mount. This is how I like to do my ground. Something like this. Tranny bolt here, looped around to the mount, and that's my chassis ground. Works pretty good. That way I don't have one going, and then they do a body one.